Hello, it's Andy from Email Love, and in this video, we are going to take a look at how to optimize your email design for mobile devices using the Email Love Figma plugin. So this is fairly straightforward. I'm going to jump into Figma now so that we can show you how that works. Okay, so here I am in Figma, and we're going to do this actually on the Email Love newsletter. So let's go full screen. Make this nice and big so you can see it. Okay, so here's my template. And before we even get into how to do this, let's preview the email, see how it looks on mobile, which you can do directly inside of the plugin. So I'm going to select the iPhone SE, which is quite a narrow device. And as you can see here, this is the standard rendering. So it's just going to take, out of the box, it's going to take whatever you have in the template. It's going to stack the two column sections into a single column, and it's going to make it look relatively good on a mobile device. So there's still a few things that we can optimize here, and that's what we're going to look at in this video. So let's just start with the most basics of how to optimize on mobile. Basically, we have mobile styles, and you can optimize the entire frame. So you can add padding around the email on a mobile device. You could also select a wrapper, and you could change the padding on the wrapper. You could hide a wrapper or a section on mobile, change the border radius. An important option is actually stacking the column. You actually can turn that off if you don't want the columns to stack. And you can also reverse stack. So if you have text, image, and then you have another section that is image text, this reverse stack option will come in useful in those scenarios. You can also go into a column to change the mobile padding. This is actually quite a useful option. And then within a column, you can optimize the text, the images, and the buttons on mobile as well. So basically, you just want to select the frame that you want optimized, and then just make sure that you're in the mobile styles section of the plugin, and you can see the settings that we offer for that frame. So for text frames, we offer the ability to hide on mobile or desktop. We offer the ability to change the padding, but usually what I'm doing with text is increasing or decreasing the font size. And in this case, this font is, let's see, it's 37 pixels on a desktop. I think on a mobile, I would actually like that to be a little bit smaller. And so what I can do is just select the text, click on font size, and I'm going to decrease that to 30. The line height is set to auto, so it's going to automatically scale for whatever size I set it to in here. Although I can change the line height on mobile if I want to. And then if we preview this now, we should see that the text will actually decrease. Yeah, so you can see here, this hero text is now decreased on a mobile device due to that styling that we added. Same thing for a button. You simply would select the button and then go into mobile styles, and similar settings, changing the fonts. There's actually a few more options where you could actually change the width and the height of the button on mobile. You can change the border radius. So you could actually set the border radius to 0 on mobile. I'm not really sure why I'd want to do that, but it is possible. And it can also change the letter spacing, the line height, the alignment of all of my copy as well. Okay, so let's have a look at how that looks. So I did the corner radius option. I actually just want to see what that looks like on mobile. Yeah, you can see here it changes from rounded corners to square, and let's just hide a section. So typically you'll want to hide you may want to have a mobile specific section. And so what you could do is you could hide one version on mobile and then hide the other version on desktop. And so if we've now hidden that section on a mobile device, and so if we go into the preview and then view it on a mobile, you can see that section has now disappeared. You can also hide content or frames within a wrapper. And so I may want to like hide a headline, for example. And so I could just hide this headline. Let's just preview what that looks like. You can see it's removed that headline. So you can hide text, images, and buttons within a column if you want as well. And then actually what I think is one of the most useful use cases is changing the padding. So by default, this wrapper, let's see, this column has 45 pixels. You can see it over here of padding on desktop. That's a little bit much on mobile. And so when you select the column and go into mobile styles, you can see I am reducing that padding down from 45 pixels down to 30 pixels. And so that just gives it a little bit more space on a mobile device. Okay, and that's pretty much what you can do with. That's pretty much how the mobile styling works. It is going to apply mobile specific CSS to your template. Just keep that in mind. So for those mobile styles to render, you will need to make sure that the CSS for that component is in your template. Typically, it will be unless you are using a content block or a snippet of some kind. So just keep that in mind. And obviously, you can easily preview how your email will render on mobile directly inside of the plugin. So you can always keep track of kind of how it's going to stack on a mobile. Oh, actually, if let's add a two column section so you can see these stacking options. So I'm going to go down at the bottom of the email here, and I'm going to add. Here's a really common use case. Okay, so we have text on the left, image on the right, and then we have a section below with the image on the left and the text on the right. And we basically want the image to stack above the text. And so by default, content will stack from left to right. So whatever is on the left-hand side is in the left-hand column will stack by default on top of the right-hand column. And so in this case, the text is going to stack on top of the image. So what we can do in mobile styles is select this section, click on reverse stack, and now the image is going to stack on top of the text. The section below, we don't need to do that. We actually want that turned off because the image is naturally going to stack on top of the text in that case. So let's just preview this. Make sure that it's working how we want. So that looks good. So the image is now stacking on top of this text. It's doing so for the same at the component in the bottom. What I do notice is there is an awful lot of space between the subheader and the image. That's my main issue with this section. And so what I can do is let's just see where is that space. So that space is coming from the subheader frame. So this text frame has 80 pixels of padding above it. And so we want to go into mobile styles, select that text frame, and then we're going to bring that down. We're going to bring that way down to 15 pixels. Okay, let's preview that. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Let's just see, is there padding above the image? Okay, so the image frame itself has 18 above and below. I'm actually going to reduce the subheader to 0 pixels on mobile and see how that looks. I think that will probably do it. Even that is a little bit too much. I'm going to remove all of this padding. So around the image column has 18 pixels above and below it. So we're going to remove that as well. And see how that looks. That looks better. We could also get these. Let's see, what's the padding on? So the padding under the button is actually quite a lot as well. So if we wanted to, I won't do it in this video, but if we wanted to, we could also reduce the padding under this button. I think you get the idea though. And so hopefully that was useful. That is how you optimize the mobile version of your email using the Email Love Figma plugin. So in summary, simply select the frame that you want to optimize. So it could be a button frame, text, an entire wrapper, a column, and then go into the mobile styles section of the plugin. And then you'll see all the settings available. So typically I'm using this to adjust the padding and the fonts of my email on a mobile device. So let me know if you have any questions on that. Hopefully that was useful. Please let me know if you have any feedback, and feel free to join our Discord channel where we can answer any questions for you. Thank you.